What's up guys, it's Erdo here, and today I'm going to show you how to play VEX on the mid lane in Season 16, which is a great counter to melee assassins. If the RB comes closer before minions drop low HP, you wanna eat the RB. I would suggest do it for the last hit. Best if you can do E on both minions and the RB. So especially against melee matchups, you should pay attention to your own minion's HP, and when the minion goes really low, that's when the RB usually goes for the last hit, so you can keep your E and type it. Just in this case, Akali was very likely to just last hit with her Q, so she wasn't going as close, hence why I used my E like this to secure the last hit. But other than that, I would recommend timing it like this, because if you can both finish off minions and fear your RB, then you can instantly auto attack, trigger in electrocute as well, and that's a really strong trait. And you should be waiting for your passive to load up, which fears the RB upon the next successful cast. If you use it just on something else, you're gonna lose the CC. If you use the poke, just remember that this ability is slower at first when casting. Okay, I have my W, wanted to trigger Electro, it's worth for me. Usually Akali benefits from being pushed, so she has a lot of space to engage, and like this I am safe and I can poke her sometimes. And she's dead. Nice. All of that was possible because I let her push. Qmax. Right now we go for as much AP as possible, so instead of going Dark Seal, I went for 5 extra AP. If I would have less gold, I would go Dark Seal for sure, first item. So on passive, every 25 seconds VEX becomes afflicted with Doom, and this drops later to 16 seconds as you level up, causing her next basic ability to knock down and fear enemies for 0.75 seconds, up to 1.5 seconds as you level up as well. Whenever a nearby enemy dashes or blinks, VEX marks them with Gloom for 6 seconds, and VEX next attack against a gloomed enemy deals an additional magic damage and reduces this ability's cooldown by 25%. Champion targets take 40% of the damage and refund 10% of this ability's cooldown. Enemies feared by this ability move more slowly the farther they are from VEX. On Q, VEX launches a wave of mist that deals magic damage. After a delay, the wave becomes smaller and faster, and this consumes gloom from the passive on enemy's hit. As for W, VEX gains a shield for 2.5 seconds and emits a shockwave that deals magic damage to nearby targets, also consuming gloom from the passive on enemy's hit. I just push at this point because I wouldn't be able to make a different stop. The best use of VEX W is timing it when the enemy is nearby, so you can both shield yourself and damage an enemy without losing the damage potential. So whenever you can, try to get closer to the enemy first and then shield. And you can use the remaining ult on minions to push faster if there are no other targets. Now they won't be to help. And also it's really strong when you use your passive with W, because you can fear multiple targets. You can easily fear the RB that is close, so it allows you to separate from the target or just burst with other abilities during the fear. Instead of risking the skill shot, I just flash W to fear and I apply Q. So I have 4 kills now. Nice. As for the E, it flies to a location, increasing in size as it travels, and upon arriving it deals magic damage and slows by 30% for 2 seconds. Killing an enemy with this ability reduces the cooldown of the passive by 10%, and it applies gloom to enemies hit. Killing a champion refunds 25% of the passive cooldown instead, and enemies feared by this ability move away from the center rather than from VEX. Lastly, an ultimate. You apply a projectile forward, dealing magic damage and marking the first enemy champion hit for 4 seconds. and during these 4 seconds you can recast, dash into the marked champion, dealing magic damage on arrival. If the marked champion dies within 3 seconds of taking damage from this ability, its cooldown is temporarily reset. And keep in mind the range of this ability increases as you put more points into an ultimate. So at first it's smaller with 2000 range, then it goes to 2500 and lastly 3000. Make sure not to waste your ultimate, it's very important because of the reset. So the first hit has to be successful. Either get closer first or wait for your allies to apply some kind of CC, so you can ultimate after a stun for example. And make sure to prioritize this ultimate on squishy targets, so you can easily kill someone. Make sure you have your passive loaded, so you're gonna ult and W, then you can Q and E. But the ult W is the most important. Just wait for the ult to reach first, and after reaching with the dash you press W, and then QE with basic attack. I'm gonna keep my CC. If she goes in, I fear her. So it's very important not to waste that. Could have let her engage actually. That would be bad for her, because I can quickly trigger Electro. And when taking away the gloom from the target, your basic attack is faster. Like there's no projectile, you just take it off from an enemy. Okay, I can disengage. Like this, see, and all because I kept my passive, else I wouldn't have the fear. Okay, baited. This is why VEX is a good counter to assassins. Okay, so this is my power spike. I have Ludens and I have boots, which are getting upgraded soon. Now I'm really strong. And now I build towards Shadow Flame. Could be going an Hourglass too, because they have heavy engage. So many on bot lane, like I could roam. I could be pushing mid just like that too. But look at these potential multi-kills. So I don't ult instantly, I still have some time. And I can use my ult against Jinx. I mean Viego. And that way I displace. See? So first look at the situation, like maybe you can use your ult for something better. And remaining ult when it's about to end you can use on potential enemy that you don't see or just the minion wave. So that was an exception, like I saw so many enemies bot that I had clear potential to get resets on ult. Else I would just stay on mid and get these plates push. So when you have Gloom applied from the E, you can auto for extra damage. And pay attention to your passive.
If I can't be happy, no one can.
Oh, I applied the damage, but she survived. But she's dead. Yeah, I was considering even outing because I didn't want her to outplay Mundo. But nice try, like, I could have instantly ulted too, but what's the point if you can reach with other abilities first? You should have that mindset. And here I didn't have my gloom, because I applied that at something else, and she's dead. I mean, the moment I pressed that Q, and she dodged. Well, I thought so, that I didn't have enough damage. That was unnecessary. I simply forgot that Viego was fed at so many kills. Okay, I've got ult so I can impact.
Don't even think about it.
Okay, this is the place where I had an easy ult, so I just instantly ulted. Because there was a chance that Ambessa would have gap closed more, and I would have a harder time ulting.
I can feel it. Someone's happy over there.
I think Akali went bot. Check Rift. Nah, Viego is bot. Also, if you need to hold the wave, you can just W, so you won't take damage because of the shield. Can also Q like this while being out of vision. Use the fear before her dash landed, so she didn't even do damage. And dodging my ult would be too easy here. So let's just do this. You do some mind games with your ultimate first. So you place one ability in one direction so that you make the enemy try to dodge and the enemy enters exactly the place you want. Hey, maybe Akali can follow up.
You know what, Shadow? Sometimes they almost don't hate you.
Okay, threat is still up. But she's taking it anyway. I could be roaming soon, because maybe I ult bot lane, for example. We have to be ready for dragon. Oh, max range. Best if we could poke them before dragon, so it's gonna be easier to take that. Tried, but I didn't have my shield. That's why Transcendence is good, because you reduce the cooldown of basic abilities, but still not enough. And usually you should go for an hourglass in this situation. I feel like I did even more damage, so I'm gonna make an exception. Okay, I got my ult. Oops. Was an overkill.
That's what you get for trying.
I don't think an hourglass would make a difference here. It was because I wasted my ult. If I got my ult, that would be completely different. Wow, couldn't do more. Got a triple here. Alright, welcome to the next game because my team surrendered. This time we're gonna lane against Zoe. Too bad they surrendered because I actually had the chance to carry. I was getting really fat and VEX is so strong with that cap.
Let's make this easy. I'll wait here.
Alright, so in this matchup, you just wanna keep the wave around the middle. And the same thing applies. But this time against ranged matchup, you wanna wait for your passive. And then you should press your E when the enemy is going for the last hit. Some enemies will stand close to minions when trying to do so, so you still have the chance to get both minions and the enemy, but always keep your abilities mainly to damage an enemy and pressure. So I'm being patient and I'm just waiting for the right moment, like this. And now, after applying the E, I've got an easy Q, as you can see. And my bar is growing red. Your enemy can see that as well. Once it goes red, I get the passive loaded again, and I can feel both abilities glow green. And I have Ignite for killing potential. I'd be much stronger level 6 compared to her because her ultimate doesn't improve her damage, and we get the power spike. Right, he actually jumped in, despite seeing everyone coming.
Apathy.
So you should be looking for these electrocute trades. Once your passive is loaded and you get the keystone, you just go in. Here's a nice place to electro, make sure to auto instantly. So you get the third proc for the keystone. And nice. So, level 5, we should be playing really aggressively and we can set up the kill. Oh yeah, actually, I thought she's gonna die before Ivern grants her the shield. But it's not that stage of the game yet. Nice, I've got her. She's dead. The moment she ulted, all I had to do was to time my ultimate right, and I've got it.
Finally. Part where I get to lead.
So let's get more AP and some mana. Some heavy poke. Okay, I'd say it was worth trying, I nearly got it. Right now, I'm getting my ult soon, so I can actually surprise her because she's certain I'm gonna back in this case. And it's all about not showing up too early, so let's see. Okay, she's gonna stay here to auto, there she goes. And you can time your W. Nice, this actually worked. I would have the kill already if I landed that Q, but this was nice as well.
Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter.
An enemy has been slain.
So let's get Ludens. Huge power spike.
I'm coming.
So nice poke, as you can see. I pressed W because I knew she's going to hit me, so why not block some damage. Unfortunately there's Ivern now.
Ally has been slain.
And this actually hit me. Okay. That's the best I could do, at least. 1 for 1 and Ivern got the kill. Surprise, adds zero damage. Okay, pressed out to make her go away.
You have slain an enemy.
Got her with the fear. Should have landed that. I got her like this.
An enemy has been slain.
Now the cooldowns are low. And once we upgrade boots with Ludens, this is the time to play aggressively.
Way too many colors.
Shadow Flame next to make the damage crit.
Guess I'll move over here.
Okay, baited. Yes. I'd use the remaining note on the wave when there are no
That's what
targets.
you get for trying.
Just 2 autos and I have to back, because I've earned.
Goodness, take me. Seriously, I'm burning up out here.
That is really good, I have 7 kills already.
An ally has been slain.
You see, when you have the passive and you manage to land it. That is so strong when you get fed and the damage is insane.
You're lucky. Cena goes so
Might kill Ivern? Okay. I did have my shield and Daisy was still alive. Focus too much on Dot.
Look at that tree. So stupid.
Nice, Rengar plays Rift. We're gonna get the next turret as well if I pressure Zoe enough. There's Ivern. Let me do that. Potentially knocking up is good as well. Oh, there's Aphelios. Surprise! They totally didn't expect that. I can also do this. And wow, this is insane.
Triple kill.
Such power play. Can I reach for Thresh? My ult is about to end, so I just... Yeah, I actually got it, but... Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, the outplay. Yes! Nearly a quadra. Now that was a satisfying note.
Later.
Okay, so that's the power of VEX.
He's smart.
You just have to make sure you land that auto-bet. But she totally didn't expect me to dive. I did this because I knew I have so much damage I can do that without risking. When there are other squishes around, that's even better, and you should be playing VEX into squishes, especially when there's an assassin on the lane. So like you can counter most assassins.
You know what, Shadow? Sometimes I almost don't hate you.
What? Wait, he's doing this? So after applying the ult, wait for the enemy to dash or flash first, and then ult the second time. Let's go. Not afraid where I have my shield. Your ultimate also grants vision upon cast. Remember that ult range increases as you put more points in this ability. As you can see, the passive cooldown decreased, and now I get my CC earlier. Okay, not every time I have to ult at this point with that cap.
Well, that happened.
Wow, see the damage. I've got him again.
Calm down, Shadow. I'm trying to sulk.
I don't wanna dive.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Shadow, carry me.
Okay, let's get ready.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Has been slain.
I'm keeping my ult mainly for Aphelios. It's okay. Yay.
An enemy has been slain.
I rushed it just a bit. Usually you wanna have an hourglass. But I didn't go in alone, so I could afford to do this.
I could start a club for people who hate people. But no one would show up.
Now let's wait for a face check. Not gonna happen because there's a ward. Unless...
Yep,
Baron?
glass is half empty.
We should Baron. Rengar. Okay. Thankfully we can do this without smite, like what is he doing? He's gonna die. So we have to kill Vlad first. Okay, got it secured.
Shadow, can I get like 5 minutes? Okay, fine.
At least enemy jungler wasn't there because he was dead, but still. Now the cooldown is just for 1 minute.
More of the same.
Okay. So I'm getting my ult soon. We can siege now. Got her. Fed VEX is a nightmare for enemies. We also have Kale.
Enemy double kill.
Got it.
Quadra kill. Legendary.
You want a penta? Just kidding.
You look better this way.
Oh yeah, I overstayed. It's fine. Now you can go Void Staff, or you can choose to go for Crit Bloom for extra healing after the engage. Banshees is good too, because you get that extra shield. I think I go for damage. Just Void Staff. You can also switch to Blue Trinket
An ally has been slain.
when your team is behind, so you can access objectives, or if you wanna snipe without.
Shadow? I think I'm gonna start calling you Scar. It is not a stupid name. Shadow is a stupid name.
Also, right after applying the CC, you can ult. Then it's also very easy to land it. Other than that, would just use his W anyway.
Yeah, I wore this yesterday. What about it?
Okay, that's one. You can Q flash this time. Oh, you see his HP? I actually landed it. You know, it would be good to take healing reduction as well, in this case. But it's fine. Also, it's best to just focus on objectives, like go for the next dragon and baron. This was for fun.
Double kill. Enemy killing spree.
But they're not really building magic resist.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Could also go for Storm Surge, because they're squishy. But for now, healing reduction.
Put me back in my misery.
Nice, we got it. Let's do baron.
I wouldn't say I ran away from home.
This time Rengar has no ult,
Yeah,
so maybe he will follow us. Yeah, seems like. He has this mode where when he has ult he just dives enemies. He has smite, okay. And now we just need to wait for super minions and it's gonna be fine. Would be great to catch someone like Vlad.
Enemy has been slain. Killing spree. An enemy has been slain. The enemy's inhibitor has respawned. Your team has destroyed.
You know, I could have hourglassed so that he wouldn't heal from his ult. When I think about it. Okay. So GG. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you learned something on how to play VEX. You can like and subscribe, let me know what do you think. I also do coaching for VEX and other champions, so you can contact me on Discord in the video description if you are interested. Check out my stream and my other channel in the description. Thanks for watching and see you next time.